This video is all about Magik and breaking down all the changes we actually got with this hero. We actually got quite a good bunch of patch notes for Magik, and everyone's thinking that this hero got tons of buffs with this update, but I actually want to explain it a bit more in depth so you can understand what's going on. I'll put the patch notes on screen just now so you can actually read through them just for Magik alone. And what this actually does is basically brings Magik back in line with what she had before with the 15% damage boosting. Now, I'm going to go for each one of the abilities and just break down the damage values of everything you got. So now what the new numbers are. So we've got Magik's Soul Sword now deals 75 damage, which is basically kind of similar to what we had before. We've got the Eldritch Whirl, which is when you step out the stepping discs and then you spin round. That is now 50 damage. When it comes to the Demon's Rage, which is when you get out the stepping discs and you leave behind the demon, that is now doing 20 damage per strike. The base melee actually got a buff as well. So as you can see here, the base melee now deals 40 damage instead of what it did before. And Umbral Incursion, which is the uppercut, that has got no buffs whatsoever to it. So that is exactly as it was before. Then when you use the Darkchild ultimate, when it comes to the Eldritch Whirl, you now deal 45 damage. And when it comes to Umbral Incursion, you're now dealing 45 damage. So you obviously did more damage in general when you had your ultimate anyways. But they changed the numbers on that as well. So I'm going to put a table on the screen just now for before and after so you can see exactly what's changed when it comes to Magik. And most of the abilities have stayed exactly the same in terms of damage with that 50% damage boosting that we were getting in the previous seasons. So as you can see here, it's pretty much the same numbers for Soul Sword, Eldritch Whirl, Demon's Rage, and Umbral Incursion. Now, with the changes have taken place is when you're in Darkchild form. When it comes to Umbral Incursion, we'll start off with that first. The Umbral Incursion is now dealing 15 less damage, which is actually crazy if you think about it. I actually think that's absolutely nuts. But when it comes to the Eldritch Whirl, we're dealing 5 more damage in ultimate form. And then another thing I do want to point out is that your base melee is now 5 damage more than what was before, which is absolutely nuts to be fair, because the animation cancel for the melee is super important for Magik's kit. So what does this actually mean for Magik then? So it means that the only 2 real abilities that we actually got here is that the slash charges faster, and it also pierces enemies. So as you can see here, it's taking damage to both of these 2 Galactabots. And I think it goes through pretty much as many enemies that we have lined up. So there's no real limit on this from what I can test. So as you can see here, it goes through all the enemies right there. But what it also actually does do for you as well, which is obviously stated in the patch notes, is that when you do use the stepping discs and then you charge the slash, it actually reduces the cooldown for your stepping discs as well by 1 second per enemy hit. So basically, if you hit multiple enemies, then you get a quicker cooldown as well. So as you can see here, it gives you your stepping discs back quicker, which allows you to combo more often with Magik, because the slash sword does cool down super quickly, and it just means that it's better and more skillful to line up your shots and then try and get your cooldowns back faster than just playing her the way we did before. But there we have it. Those are all the changes for Magik. There's not a lot changed, to be honest, with this hero besides the new slash ability being changed slightly, but like I said, that's the only major change with Magik. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.